Bill Maher, host of Real Time with Bill Maher, is tackling an often taboo subject, organized religion, this time in his new movie, Religulous.
Who are you biblically?
I'm Jesus Christ, man, the second coming of Christ. I am. Yes.
Not just because you share the name Jesus.
No, because
you also share the name Miranda. Maybe you're
Right.
Carmen Miranda.
Yeah, right.
Maybe you're the second coming of her. You should have fruit on your head instead of fruit in your head.
And Bill Maher is with us this morning. Where did you find that guy?
We found that guy in Miami, where he preaches. He claims to have thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers. He probably does.
Yeah.
I mean, he proves that it's just way too easy to start a religion.
There you go. I wanted to talk about your background first.
Sure.
Right? Because your mother was Jewish, your father was Catholic.
Yeah.
You were raised Catholic?
Yes.
Until 13 years old?
Well, yes, that's about when my father quit. You know, I did an interview with my mother and my sister. It is in the movie. My mother gets me my first laughs, and it was great to see it finally in front of an audience in the theater. And yeah, there she is. She didn't want to do it. She was 88 years old.
Right.
And but she did it for me. And I wanted to ask her on camera. I had never asked her these questions.
Sure.
Which was, how come I didn't find out till I was 13 that I was half Jewish? They never said anything to me. My sister, my father, and I went to church every Sunday, and catechism, the kids went, and my mother never went, and I never, you know, when something is a routine from the time you're an infant, you don't question it.
Right.
So I wanted to ask my mother that, and I also wanted to ask her, why did you stop going? Why did Dad stop going to church at 13? And she blew me away with the answer, which was that the church outlawed birth control.
Right.
And of course, I thought, well, my parents had sex twice, like every parent, you know, for my sister and me, and that was it. I mean, why would that be something that would involve them?
Right.
So it was interesting, and she really kicks off the movie and sets it in a setting, in a place where people can relate to it, even though I had a kind of a weird upbringing. You know, as she says, you know, every family is dysfunctional.
And therein lies the seeds of doubt. Which is really your motivation in this entire movie. You're just trying to...
Well, my motivation is to make people laugh. I mean, religion to me is a giant elephant in the room of comic gold because, you know, we're talking about a garden with a talking snake. If you can't find humor there, people are just used to it.
Yeah.
That's why they don't laugh at it. So it's a very funny movie. It's a comedy. It's not really a documentary. But yes, I also think there's an important point to be made, and that does have to do with doubt.
Right.
I don't like the word atheist because to me it mirrors the certainty of religion. I preach the gospel of I don't know. And I think, you know, people have had so many religious movies. They've had The Passion of the Christ, and they've had The Robe and The Ten Commandments. Isn't there time for one for the tens of millions of people who are rationalists, who think like I do, and who are afraid that the Sarah Palins of the world are going to be taking over? We've had 8 years of George Bush and a faith-based administration. We can't afford another.
Here's the thing, that there was an underlying thought, and this a serious thought, I thought, in the movie was, you wish that Christians were more, if they were really going to be Christians, would be more Christ-like.
Don't we all? I think everybody, I mean, that's something I don't think is even controversial. That the message of Jesus, which is very good, it's about love and, you know, forgiveness. It's certainly not about shooting wolves from an airplane. That gets lost with all the nonsense and the bells and whistles.
There you go. Bill Maher, thank you so much. Religulous is the movie.
Religulous.
There you go.
I know. It's a hard word.
There it is.